there everybody. Today we're going to be looking at using the midpoint formula to find the midpoint of a line segment. So in a picture, here's what's going on. We have some sort of line segment. We'll just call these endpoints A and B. We want to find the halfway point between them, or the midpoint, which we're going to call M. There's a formula we can use to do this. It is called the midpoint formula. It is a formula I have written there at the top. It looks really complicated, it really isn't. Let's use the example points we have here to kind of see how this formula works. So the endpoints of the line segment CD are C, -4, 3, and D, -6, 5. They want us to find the coordinates of the midpoint M. So I'm going to write those points out again just so I can kind of write on them. C, my first point, is -4, 3. D, my second point, is -6, 5. So how do we get this x1, x2, y1, y2, all of that stuff? x1 is just the coordinate of my first point, x coordinate. y1 is the y coordinate of my first point. And then your second point, that's how you get x2 and y2. x2 is the x coordinate of my second point. y2 is the y coordinate of my second point. From here, that's everything I need to plug in for my midpoint formula. I'm going to do exactly that. Looking at your formula, notice that to get your first coordinate, your x coordinate, you add your two x's and then divide by 2. That's the same as averaging your x's. And then you add your two y's together and divide by 2, or average them to get your y's. Let's put things in the right spots. x1 is -4 plus x2 is -6 divided by 2 is just part of the formula, comma, because we're moving on to our y coordinate. y1 is 3 plus y2 is 5, all divided by 2. And then from here, what we're going to do is, you could do this work by hand, it's not hard, or we can make Desmos do it for us, which is what we're going to show you right now. So I have the little baby version of Desmos here on the right hand side. If you use the full-size app version of Desmos, it will be bigger on yours, obviously. So I'm going to type in exactly everything in the green box. So start with parentheses. And then just like we've done before to get a fraction, hit your division key. Start typing in the top of your fraction, -4 plus -6. Click in that gray box to get down the denominator, divided by 2. Arrow over, you need a comma, which is above the ABC button. And we need another fraction, so we're going to do our division key. Start typing in that fraction, 3 plus 5. Hit the gray box to get down to the denominator, divided by 2. What we're used to on Desmos is Desmos giving us an answer. However, this time Desmos gave us a point. But if I click on that green point, it'll give me the coordinates that our work is equal to. So our midpoint is going to be those coordinates right there, -5, 4. -5, 4 is halfway between C and D. Let's try one more. Okay, so same idea. This time we have points E and F. The endpoints of line segment EF are E, -1, 1, and F, -6, 5. Once again, they're asking us to find the coordinates of the midpoint M. I like to label my coordinates first. Let's do that. x1 is the x coordinate of my first point, so -1. y1 is the y coordinate of my first point, so 1. x2 is -6. y2 is 5. Now just put everything where it goes. x1 is -1 plus x2 is -6, all divided by 2. y1 is 1 plus y2 is 5, all divided by 2. And now let's throw all that into Desmos. So in Desmos, start with your parentheses, hit your division key to get your first fraction, -1 plus 6, click in the gray part, divided by 2. That gives us one number, but we need, remember, two numbers because it's an ordered pair. Arrow over, comma, division key to get your second fraction, 1 plus 5 divided by 2. Once again, Desmos is giving us a point. If we click on that point, it'll give us the coordinates of our midpoint. Final answer, my midpoint is negative 3.53. It is perfectly fine to get a decimal as part of your midpoint. No big deal there. Hopefully now you're feeling comfortable with the midpoint formula. I hope you have a great